me for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amy, I'll try not to mess this up. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Talby? Mr. Gilbert?
Here.
Mr. Detzel?
Here.
Mr. Heather?
Here.
Mr. Tietzorf?
Here. Okay. We always like to read our mission statement. So Northwest Local School District will create a responsive learning community where all students are valued, challenged, and guided along a pathway to success. And first item tonight is to approve the agenda for this evening.
So moved. Second.
Okay, that passes 4-0. Okay, that brings us to Student Achievement Liaison Report. Matt?
Thank you, Mark. Okay, for this evening, I have from Houston Early Learning Center. We have redesigned our positive behavior interventions and support system over the past year to ensure that it is developmentally appropriate for 3 to 5-year-olds while still holding high expectations to ensure when they leave us, they are ready to conquer school at the elementary buildings. We have worked diligently to define individual and class-wide positive acknowledgement systems. At Northwest High School, congratulations to Kingston Hill, who was voted Athlete of the Week on Cincinnati.com. He rushed for 371 yards, had 30 carries, and 3 touchdowns, which set a single-game school rushing record. Congratulations to the boys soccer team, who is currently holding second place in the conference with a 6-2-2 overall record. 32 Northwest High School students have joined our United Knights Student Service Organization team for the 23-24 school year. At Montford Heights Elementary, students are participating in circles regularly, which is providing students with a voice and a sense of belonging. At Taylor Elementary, huge shout out to Taylor Elementary staff for reaching out to each family within their classrooms to give a positive note about their child within the first weeks of school. Taylor Elementary has started Learning Buddy Days, where our grade levels have partnered up with another grade level, 3rd and K, 5th and 1st, and 4th and 2nd, to participate in different activities. This month, they had activities that allowed them to get to know their new buddy. It was a great day of buddy work with a lot of positive feedback. We cannot wait for our next Buddy Day. At Pleasant Run Elementary, congratulations to our first winners of the PRE Spirit Award. Each grade level figured out the percentage of students in their class who wore the assigned PRE class color on Spirit Day. The class with the highest percentage was awarded a traveling trophy. The following classes currently hold the award, and we will see if they can keep the award again this Friday. Kindergarten, Mrs. Martini. First, Mrs. Spray. Second, Mrs. Sherman. Third, Mrs. Krupnick. Fourth, Mrs. Lineberger. And 5th grade, Mrs. Cheney. At Struble Elementary, 2nd grade students were very excited to return to seeing a garden full of blooms and pumpkins growing in our garden. Students have harvested cilantro, 1 tomato, some peppers, and are excited that 2 pumpkins have grown. We are hoping that 1 will be completely ready by Halloween. This was part of the Portrait of a Graduate experience in the classroom, and this class looped from 1st to 2nd grade. Students take turns watering the garden, and they check on the plants often to observe their growth. Also at Struble Elementary, Mrs. Welch's kindergarten class, Mrs. Schultz's 2nd grade class, Mrs. Bonner's 3rd grade class, Mrs. Hayes' 4th grade class, and Mrs. Houston's 5th grade class, and Mr. Osterfeld's students have been working on projects to help teach students throughout the school the Blue Jay Way. Each group has worked with their school counselor to make posters for our building that demonstrate the Blue Jay Way of taking care of yourself, each other, and our school. Each class brainstormed what areas in our building would be most important to focus on. We decided to focus on taking care of our school cafeteria and bathrooms. Students then work together to take pictures of what it looks like to take care of these areas. For example, picking up paper towels, standing in line, raising your hand. Finally, each class will work together to create posters with visuals of these expectations to hang around our building and share with our school family. Thank you. That's all I have. Thank you.
Jim? Okay.
The only thing I have is that starting next month, we'll have our students start doing some presentations. And then on October 9th, Superintendent John Graff's going to come and give an update on what's going on at Butler Tech there for the year.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks. Chris, anything legislative updates?
And Mark, a couple quick things here. There's a couple bills pending. They still have a ways to go regarding property taxes. The first one is House Bill 187, and that bill proposes, instead of using for reappraisals the last year, like everybody's upset because prices really went up the last year, they're going to want to go to a 3-year average. So that would kind of slow things down a little bit with the price increases. And the second thing, which would really help passing levies, is House Bill 263, and it basically freezes taxes on all Ohioans 70 and above, so long as they make under $70,000 per year and have lived in their house for 10 years. So people could vote yes, and then it wouldn't affect them. And a lot of states do have relief. We have the Homestead Act for seniors, but this is a huge, huge thing. Not sure if it'll pass, but it's in there, so we'll see what happens.
And that's for 70 and above?
70 and above have to make 70,000 or less, which of course most people at 70
Yeah.
do, so positive things that have been presented in the House.
When is that voted on?
It's just been presented.
Just presented?
Yeah, it hasn't, no votes yet that I found. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just been introduced.
yeah.
Good. Any reports from any organizations?
Not tonight.
Okay. And that brings us to community comments. We have one this evening. Ryan?
Hello again. So, in the past 2 weeks, I did a little bit of research because I was curious. For one, I went on your guys' website, went to the functions of what the Northwest Local School District Board of Education, what do you guys actually kind of do? And that was a curiosity thing. But it says that you're supposed to be responsible to the citizens and the students of the district and to serve as the school district policy-making body. Now, one of the big issues I keep hearing about is this policy statewide of 2 miles away from the school. But what everyone fails to mention is the paragraph below there where it says this room has full authority. When I spoke to the Ohio State Board of Education, they confirmed again, this is a local matter that you guys have been given full authority from the state of Ohio to make substitutions and exceptions where you guys feel fit. And this kind of brings me to where the source of this frustration started. The very first night that I came here, the first day of school, Daryl, you sat right over here and told me, you took my name, my kids' names, my phone number, told me you would take care of it. The following week, I spoke with you, Chris, and you told me the only way you can make this happen was with Daryl's blessing. So somewhere, I don't understand where that went. Something went horribly askew. Last week's solution was for me to pay $60 a week per child for my kids to go to Y-Kids. That's great, but I just sat here telling you guys I've only been able to work 25 hours a week. So coming up with an extra $500 a month, not even close. Before that, it was getting an Uber. I don't have that kind of money. At the end of the day, my understanding is the biggest issue that's preventing this from happening is you guys want a letter from someone that I've never met saying they're going to be responsible for my kids before and after school. As a parent, I'm never going to do that. That's wrong on every level, and I can't believe that the board would even ask me to do that. Clearly, it's not an issue of too many kids on the bus or anything else. It's a piece of paper. That part just kind of blows my mind. There's no workaround to it. I'm sitting here and I'm looking up at your guys' vision to inspire learners to adapt, be resilient, collaborate, and problem solve. So let's problem solve. Let's be the adults in the room with it. If the student's safety is not a priority, why? Why do I have to go such great lengths to try to protect my children just to get them to school? also makes me kind of question what other aspects of my child's safety or their learning are going to be compromised or jeopardized over policy. And the final thing I have here is this is the body that this community trusts. And we've entrusted you and given you a certain amount of power to oversee the education of our children. Now, if we can't all acknowledge that sending 10 and 11-year-old kids, and those are my kids. I mean, my heart bleeds for people that have first, second graders. If we can't all agree sending them walking down a busy road by themselves in the dark, in the morning, is not safe, I don't know where to go from there. Thank you, guys. Sorry.
All right, for the consent items tonight, we'll start with personnel.
Good evening. We seek approval for the following: 7 resignations, 2 retirements, 8 initial appointments, 1 change in status, various supplemental items, and a job description for an assistant drama director.
We have 1 donation. Sycamore High School donated tables and chairs to Northwest High School. We have several vendor contracts, mostly being non-public school contracts, special education, for postage machines. There's a NovaCare addendum which removes the exclusivity clause for the athletic trainers, and 1 for SWOCA for coverage for EMIS during a maternity leave.
With that, the superintendent recommends the board approve the consent items as listed.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussions or comments? Questions? Passes 4-0.
So, good evening. So first, I'd like to ask the board to dispense with reading of and approve the September 11th regular meeting minutes. And then for our financial report for the month of August, we have our all funds balance at $95.7 million and our general fund unreserved balance at $52 million. Our revenue is at $33 million for the year, at 33%, and our expenditures are at 14.4, or at 14%. So we're trending right on target with our revenue and expenditures for the year. Our weighted average investment return is 4.24%. And our list of monthly bills, we got our routine monthly bills, as well as some technology equipment, textbooks, student staff software, resurfacing of Colerain High School tennis courts. We had Colerain High School renovations that we're still paying for that have been completed, athletic officials, coalition dues, and some auxiliary and grant fund payments. We also need to accept, approve, and appropriate 5 funds for Hope Squad, to set those up in all of our high school and middle schools. With that, I ask the board to approve the fiscal consent items as listed.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Brady? The Hope Squad grant, is that for Hope Squad programs, or is that a grant that we can just apply to what we're doing with Hope Squad? Are there grants specifically out there for Hope Squad?
It's to set up the funds for each of the schools for their Hope Squad.
Okay. And that passes 4-0.
Okay, and next is the resolution approving and granting of the tax increment financing exemption. This is for the Pottinger TIF district, which is our Beavis property. So with that, I ask the board to approve the Pottinger TIF district as listed.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Okay, that passes 4-0 as well.
And finally, we have our fiscal '24 permanent appropriation resolution. This is annually due by October 1st. It's $137 million. As listed.
Need a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second?
Questions or comments? Passes 4-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amy.
All right, so a couple of things of note to share tonight. We have homecoming season upon us, so this week is Colerain High School's homecoming. They have their parade and their game on Friday of this week. Next week is Northwest High School's homecoming event, so they have a parade on Wednesday, a bonfire on Thursday, and a game on Friday. So we want people to come out, celebrate the homecoming events, and cheer both of our teams on to a much-needed win.
Darryl, why are they moving the parade to Wednesday? It's always been the night of the game.
Last year, Northwest moved it to a 3-night, so they do the parade one night, then they do a bonfire at the school, on the school property, and then they do the,
I didn't remember.
and then they have the dance on Saturday.
Oh, 4 nights.
I was also told another benefit is the football players are able to participate in the parade, moving it to a different day than Friday.
Oh, that makes sense, okay.
We also have another event happening this Sunday. As part of the Centennial event, the Colerain Boosters are hosting a Cornerstone event. This is actually a recreation of placing the cornerstone at Colerain Elementary. It will happen at 2 o'clock at Colerain Elementary this Sunday. It will be literally recreating the event from the 1920s, where this event happened. So as much as possible, authentically recreating that with speakers and the whole 9 yards. So if people are in the area, that'd be a great event. We are also opening Colerain Elementary and Colerain Middle from 12:30 to 2 that day. If people want to come and just walk through the buildings, tour, see the buildings, and then hopefully stay for the recreation of the laying of the cornerstone at 2. We also have out in the community, we are again updating our master facility plan, and there is a survey that we are asking as many people as possible to take. It is on our website, on social media, so you can find that. But we ask people to take that survey and give us feedback on the priorities for our master facilities, what facilities to focus on. So we are really looking for as much public opinion as possible. The survey is one piece. You may actually be approached in the community with someone asking you to take a short poll. So we're trying to go multiple angles to get as many people included in our feedback as possible. So please make sure that if you can take the survey, it's a little bit longer than the poll, but if someone stops you and asks for your opinion, it's a short 5-question poll, and we're trying to get as many people's input as possible in that process. So just know that's out there, and please participate if possible.
Hey Brenda, how many people have,
We're at 1,187 on the survey.
okay.
Our goal is 4,000, so we're really hoping to get more responses.
And it is open until October 13th.
It's 400 more than it was a week ago, so making progress.
Yeah. Still need more. All right, that's all I have.
Any questions for Darryl?
Oh, are they gonna have the trolley? For
Yes. Yep, the trolley will be in both parades.
Okay.
I always have PTSD from the trolley. One year they forgot to hook it up.
Yeah.
I was in there with you.
Yep.
That's exciting.
With the
Don't
Jeep
scare
pull away
Susan
and
off.
lift up you guys.
The hitch wasn't latched, and we were pointing downhill at Colerain Senior Center, and the truck pulled away, and thank goodness the bumper had a little recess in it that caught our hitch. Otherwise, we would have been on Springdale Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, exciting. It's one way to get rid of the board.
Yeah.
Just bring lots of candy.
Yeah. All right, that brings us to board comments. Chris?
Well, I was at the Northwest game Friday night. I think there might have been one incident, but overall it was very well behaved. Score didn't quite go our way, although the Mount Healthy team was very, very good. They were big and fast. But it was a good experience, and I was glad I was there.
Yeah, just get each team a win coming up. We definitely need a win, so good luck to the teams this weekend. That's it.
I'd like to echo what they said, good luck to our high school teams. It's Monday night, so I'm going to take the opportunity to give out a who day. And that's all I have.
Good luck to the teams coming up. Talked to a lot of teachers this year, and they've all, I haven't heard one that said that it seems like this year has really started off on a much, much better swing. So, just very proud of that. Other than that, hopefully, everybody has a safe Bengals evening tonight. And with that, we'll adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
That passes 4-0. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Mark. Good job.